it's time for my claim. My claim is that a photon leaving the sun, I've drawn the sun, the photon leaving the sun will hit the Earth in the exact same moment it leaves the sun, right? There's no time that passes, even though we discussed in the break room that a photon takes 8 minutes to travel to the Earth. So how can that work, right? Well, first off, I'm just going to write out some of the information. I've already got the equation that we've just proven, how time can be different depending on your frame of reference. So I was outside the truck watching this truck move, you were inside the truck, we experienced different times, right? The speed of light is 3 times 10 to the 8th. Just pieces of information that we might need, okay? Well, we will look at a photon and go, oh, Mr. Photon, you left the sun 8 minutes ago. And if I was the photon, honestly, I'd be putting my application into Jeff Bezos, because 8 minutes is absolutely incredible. So my Amazon parcels were ordered like a week ago, and they still haven't came. So where the fuck's my money at, right? Okay, 480 seconds it takes for a photon to go from the sun to the Earth as we see it, okay? Which is 8 minutes, 480 seconds. 480 seconds. Okay. Oh, we do it with seconds in maths. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna say, well, 480 seconds. In this scenario, the 480 seconds that we're watching the photon leave the sun and go to the Earth is the time that I was outside of the truck, alright, watching, right? And not the time from inside the truck. We're actually trying to figure out what the time inside the truck is, which will be T1. That's what we're trying to figure out, and that's what I'm claiming doesn't really exist, right? Okay, 480 seconds subbed into there equals, we have T1, don't know what that is, over the square root of 1 minus, okay, well, the speed of the photon, we've already established is the speed of light, right? It can't change, it's a law, right? So a fundamental law of physics. So 3 times 10 to the 8th squared over, that, another speed of light squared. 3 times 10 to the 8th squared. Okay, we're getting somewhere. 480 equals T1 over square root of 1 minus, well, if I have the same thing, if I have one thing and I divide it by the exact same thing, it's always going to be 1. Right, 480 over equals T1 over root 0. Right? So we can make T1 the subject. You can't divide by 0, by the way, but we're just going to ignore that fact for a second. T1 over root 0, which is just 0. We're going to make T1 the subject, so we're going to say, right, well, T1 equals 480 times by 0. Great, so my phone actually died halfway through what I was saying. I'll just show you what the rest of that was. Okay, basically, it's flipped. Wait, fuck. Okay, so I don't know where you got up to. I don't know where like it cut out, but 480 equals T over root 0. Root 0 is just 0. And if we can ignore the fact that you can't divide by 0 just for a second, right? Yeah, we make T1 the subject. T1 then equals 480 times by root 0, which is then just 0 seconds. Which means that a photon traveling from the sun to the Earth experiences 0 time whilst we watch the photon, and it takes 8 minutes. Which leaves like a few questions, to me at least, of if you then travelled at the speed of light, you could then teleport, okay, but everyone else wouldn't have seen you teleport, so you have then aged that time surely, because everyone's watched you, like, you know what I mean? Like, if it was like, oh, I got to speed light and I run to New York, right? Everyone's actually watched you run to New York, just done it like extremely fast. You've done it at the speed of light, right? But to you, you've just teleported there because it's taken you no time to get there. So then have you aged the time to get to New York? Have you aged that? Because then my next question would be, if you do age that, would you just die instantly? Second you gain the ability to go at the speed of light, like if you could, like, and it didn't cause any issues with other elements of physics, and you just could, right? Would you not just die instantly? Because, you know what I mean, everyone's watched you run from here to New York, so you must have then aged that time, but mathematically you haven't aged that time. But if you can go at the speed of light, then who's to say that you going, oh well, I'm going to run to the other side of the galaxy, the time it takes you to run to the other side of the galaxy, everyone else has watched you run at that speed, right? Regardless of whether you're going fast or not, it's still going to take you, like, I don't know, like a million years, I don't know, right? So therefore, will you just, by the time you get there, you'll die, but because you experience zero time, you'll just die straight away. Do you know what I mean? Also, would you remember your journey? I don't know, but these are all interesting questions, and I hope someone answers them. I don't know, someone smarter than me.